Everybody, nice to see you today. Nice to see myself on screen again. Okay, so this is day 26 and getting to the nearer to the end now. Um, there are probably about, I'd say about 35 or 36 more classes that I'm going to teach. And then I will be no longer a full-time professor at Los Angeles City College. And, I have my thoughts about that, and I've shared a lot of them, but let me share about today. So I taught an ESL 4A today. I studied last night to prepare for the class. And this morning we went through some grammar, and it was about nouns. And, they did a great job. I was very impressed by how present everyone was and how they stayed with it and how quickly we moved along. And those are the kind of days that you love. After the break, we talked a lot about writing, and I showed them a few paragraphs, and we just talked about the way that they were written and where you would organize the material a little differently. And it was simple exercise that they really, could do and master quite well. I really enjoyed the class today. Uh, After we finished with that, we went to the island of the Blue Dolphins. And this is tricky because, in a classroom, I can show them a lot of things, but here I'm kind of stuck. I don't want to get off on tangents and show them every little thing. And it's hard for me to demonstrate, by, the way I could in the classroom, where I could actually show them waves and show them hunters and show them arguing, et cetera, here, just by the practice of, years of doing this kind of work. And so, there's a certain disadvantage. I'm wondering, do they understand any of this? And have they read any of this, which is probably even more relevant. But at the same time, they read out loud, and I'm never happy with that because they read poorly most of the time, and I just want them to hurry along and get to the gist of the information. So I've never really figured that out, and that's something maybe in the future, if I ever go back to teaching, I'll figure out better. But certainly, we read and talked about the village of Galasat and the people and what's happening between Karana and the Aleuts and blah 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 blah. So it's always tough. I've never liked the start of books because they always feel like how are these students ever going to get this acculturation, this sense of like what this book is really about? Because from my perspective, it's always about some aspect of American life that they should know, but at the same time, I feel it's hard to communicate without like making assiduous efforts in that part. But again, it's my last semester, and you have to have faith. The faith is that the students will get it, and the faith is that they're enjoying the process, and the faith is that at the end of it, they'll learn something valuable for themselves that will be important to me, because I am really there to teach them. When we got to the end, I stuck around 5 or 10 minutes at the end there just to make sure that people could ask questions if they needed to, and we were just sitting around socializing for a few minutes. And I do love that. It's always fun for me to have like social time with students because I feel as if they don't get the comprehensible input. They don't get that kind of like talk, that's purely about pleasurable topics or important topics that others don't necessarily see. And I want to basically be a role model for their acclimation into American life. So so that's kind of interesting. I left it in a good place. We'll see what happens on Thursday. Next week after Tuesday, we will have the beginning of a spring break, and I'm actually giving my class a day off because I just feel like I'm either going to take a sick day or a personal day. I'm not going to take either, but I mean, the idea of it is that I would have if I needed to take one. So rather than take it for the reason of, myself, I'll give everybody the holiday and we can all enjoy it. So, Okay, I'm a little worried about Italy. I've got this project to do, but too tired to do it right now. So I'm going to give myself a little break. And thank you.